Evening, everybody. In some case, good morning to you guys. Alois coming at you with the 500 follower video I promised. Really flattered that I'm even doing this, that I even got 500 in this short amount of time, but you guys are wonderful, and I wanted to do something special because I haven't actually done anything for a milestone yet, so I did what you guys voted for, and I'm giving you a Q&A video. Got a good number, so I'm going to try and get them all into 10 minutes, but if not, I'm going to do a second video, and then I'll just upload them both at the same time to Tumblr, so let's get into it. I was asked by an anonymous, Earl Grey Tea Leaves, and the Spider Devil, why did I choose the character that I did to RP? Well, most people know by now that I left Kurotumblr and then I came back a couple months later, and when I came back, I couldn't decide right away who I wanted to be. I was Lizzie the first time, and I didn't initially want to come back as her, even though I am again now. I didn't want to come back as her straight away. I wanted a different character to play, so I was flipping through the manga again, skimming over it. I was watching the anime again, just looking at characters that really caught my interest, ones that I thought I would be able to write for well, and ones that I thought would be fun to write for, and Alois just stuck with me. You know, he was funny. I thought he was a cute little kid, even if he was a sadistic little brat at times. So it was a tie between him and Grell at the very end, but Alois won out, and I'm actually really happy that I did. What is your OTP? I actually have two, technically. I really like Ciel and Lizzie. I just like the cute little fluffy feels that I get whenever I RP with that, so that's a lot of fun. And I also like Alois and Ciel. That was one I didn't initially ship when I came back to Kurotumblr, but when I started, RPing with my Ciel, just RPing with it in general, I love it, I'm not gonna lie. How did I feel after the Season 1 finale? I just thought it was really neat. I wasn't expecting Ash and Angela to have a part in this, like after the Houndsworth episodes and everything, but when they changed the opening sequence and you see Ash, I'm just like, something's not right with him, something's gonna happen with him. So I thought it was just really interesting, the whole angel versus demon thing. I mean, some people will probably say it's a little cliched, but I personally liked it. So what do I like most about Alois? Oh gosh. I just like that he's fun to write for. He's a lot of fun. He's a cute little kid. He's very cheeky. He's not afraid to be a brat. He's not afraid to be a douchebag when he wants to be, but he's also not afraid to put on that sweet face, pretend to be all sweet and caring and nice, and then go turn around and be an asshole to somebody else right as somebody's back is turned. It's really funny, namely with like Rachel and Ciel. That is hilarious, that Rachel thinks he's a sweet little kid, whereas Ciel's like, I hate you so much for even putting on that act. It's just, he's a lot of fun. And I had an anonymous ask me, do you feel a connection to your character? I mean, I feel a connection with all my muses. I wouldn't have picked a muse that I didn't think I could do anything with, but like as far as emotions and everything go, no, I can't really relate to Alois in any of that because none of the stuff that happened to him happened to me at all, so I can't really say that I connect with him in that way. Who is your favorite Kuro character and why? Oh gosh, I could never narrow it down to one, but Alois is definitely a top contender for one of my favorites, so we'll just say him for lack of a better answer. As an RPer, do you ever feel overwhelmed trying to keep up with your blog? Yes and no, just for a couple of reasons. I mean, one, I have a lot of threads open. I keep more than I probably should open, but I tend to sit on replies sometimes for a few days. That tends to stack up, and I just keep looking at them and thinking, I need to get on these, I need to write these, I need to get these out to these people, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't feel like it, I don't want to write, my muse is there, but my writing motivation's just not, so I feel guilty when I sit on replies and do things that I know I shouldn't be doing, but I just can't help it, sometimes we're all like that, and just, I don't know. If you could say one thing to all of your followers, what would it be? I fucking love all of you. That's all I'm gonna say. Earl Grey Tea Leaves asked me, what made you get into role-playing? I mean, I knew role-playing existed, but I had never really considered it for myself. I had started out over on DeviantArt with writing fan fictions, and a friend of mine that I don't really talk to her anymore much, but her and I were just talking about a pairing that we liked in another fandom, how it'd be kind of fun to, RP them, like make DeviantArt accounts for them, pretend to be them, like, write for them and everything. I'm just like, why not? That would be a fun idea. Let's give it a shot. It can't hurt. So I made the account, and then it kind of went from there. I made a few more accounts afterwards, and then I migrated to Tumblr, and I am where I am. Is there anyone else on Tumblr that you wish to RP with? I RP with quite a few people. I mean, I RP with a lot of followers that come in and everything, but I really can't think of anybody off the top of my head that I have the pressing need to because I'm more swamped than I should be, so opening even more threads is probably not in my best interest right now. And I had an anonymous ask, do you have a favorite main CL? Well, I have a lot of CLs I roleplay with on a regular basis. I have Contemptuous Earl, I have As Easy as Lying, I have CL of Phantom Hive, I have Lustful Sinner. But my main official CL would be Skin of the Master by my darling Vita. She was actually the first CL that I RP'd with as Alois, and she was pretty much my official from day one, so she'll always have the #1 spot in my heart. I mean, I love all of my CLs, but she's my #1. And the Spider Devil... The Spider Devil asked me, how did I get to know Black Butler? Well, I was reading a couple other mangas. I was talking to Faith, a friend of mine that's also on Kurotumblr. She had just gotten into Kuro herself. She was talking about it a lot on her DeviantArt, so I knew of its existence, and I honestly can't pinpoint the exact thing that made me decide, I need to go to the library, I need to go pick up the first few volumes of this manga. I think I was just there and my memory got jogged that I've been meaning to go read this, let's go do that. Do you read other mangas or watch any other animes besides Kuro? I do. I'm in the process of reading through One Piece. I'm on volume 46 right now. I need to finish it. I have not watched the anime for that. I probably won't just because I don't have the time. I've read Vampire Knight. I've read through all of the manga so far, and I've watched all of the anime. And, I've read through Black Butler, obviously. I'm all caught up with that and watched the anime. I tried getting into Ouran High School Host Club, but I just couldn't, so I may go back to it eventually, but it's not on my list of things to do. And she asked me, why do I like Alois and CL so much? Well, like I said earlier in the video, it's not a pairing I initially considered. I mean, it's not because they're boys or whatever. That doesn't bother me at all, but I like the fact that they're very different people, and yet once they get past the I hate you part, you're a pain in my ass part, and they actually start tolerating each other, they start getting along. It's actually a lot of fun to RP, just seeing the relationship develop from CL wanting to smack the crap out of Alois, Alois pestering the hell out of CL, to them, you know, tolerating each other, like, you know, they get along better, and then seeing the friendship and whatnot develop from there. It's just fun. I tend to like that opposites attract type thing. Have you ever traveled to a foreign country, and if yes, where? I have a couple times. I've been to Canada. I went to Niagara Falls. I was like 10 at the time, I think. I've been to Australia, but I don't remember any of it. I was only 4 at the time. I've been to Germany. I was in Munich for about 3 weeks. That was when I was 9, I believe. I went to go visit family. That's the only times I've been out of the country, except for a cruise I took over the summer. We docked at Nassau, St. Thomas, and St. Martin, so that was my most recent excursion out of the country. And she asked, did you enjoy the experience there? Well, Australia, I was only 4, so I don't remember any of it, except for the fact that I rode my first horse there. That is literally the only memory I have of it. Same thing goes for Germany. I was only 8, so I really don't remember a whole lot of it. I remember, like, seeing the cathedrals there. I remember visiting my family. I remember sitting around with my cousins, not understanding much of the German that was being spoken because I was kind of too young to retain the language. I mean, I knew, like, the basic vocabulary and everything, but I wasn't able to hold a conversation. The cruise was wonderful. That was a lot of fun. And my trip to Niagara Falls, I was also young, so I really don't remember a whole lot of it. I honestly couldn't even tell you if we flew there or if we drove there. I think we drove there, but I wouldn't swear to it. What is my favorite food? Pizza, hands down. I'm half Italian, so any Italian dish, but pizza is something I gravitate towards to eat a lot. But I remember Francesca saying that, like, you know, there's real Italian pizza that I've yet to have, but I'm very interested in having it someday, but I'd say pizza is my favorite food. What really displeases me? My customers at my job. I hate them sometimes, and they just get on my nerves, so they displease me greatly. The most irking RP pet peeve, in your opinion? I have a few, but I'd have to say the biggest one I don't like is lack of keyboarding etiquette. I recently put up, like, stuff on my RP info page, but I just don't like it when I don't see proper punctuation. I don't see, you know, use of quotation marks, or just not using the shift key and whatnot. It just annoys me because I'm an English major, so they drill that stuff into me, like, to type everything right, type it out right the first time, so it just kind of annoys me when I don't see people doing it when they should. It just makes the RP look a lot more fluid and coherent, so I'll just shut up about it then. Or I'll just shut up about it now and stop talking. And I promise to shout out to Sudcliffe1799. Alois says, I hate you, stay away from Claude, and just leave me alone. But, that's basically it. Those were all my questions. I somehow managed to get it into 10 minutes. I'm very proud of that fact, so it actually took a lot less time than I thought, but thank you guys so much for following me. 500 of you is just incredible to me, and I'm just flattered that you all are here. You've all stuck with my silly crack and my Kurotumblr After Dark stuff. Shout out to cute little Lizzie and Fresh Prince of Bengal for that. Oh my gosh, that is always fun. But thank you guys. I can't thank you enough. Let's have some more fun RPing.